Hi everyone, welcome to my video YouTube channel. Today is going to be another resin video. I did make this clock a few weeks ago and film it a few weeks ago, but I haven't uploaded it till now because it's for my mum for a Mother's Day present. So I'll start off with cleaning my mould, making sure that I've removed any last bits of product from the last time I used it, and then it's nice and clean. So you can see there, I'm just checking which side it's on and just giving it a really good scrub down. I just want to say as well at the start of this video that, you know, always follow the recommended guidelines set out by the products that you use, and make sure you read their instructions thoroughly. Don't know how to say that word. Make sure you read the instructions properly and wear the correct PPE. As you can see, I'm not wearing gloves. I never wear gloves, even when I'm doing acrylic nails. I just can't work in them. So I've decided not to wear them by doing this. But the instructions does say to wear gloves on the resin that I use. But yeah, just make sure you read your instructions properly and follow those instructions properly. Don't just look at a YouTube channel and sort of do the way they do it. So I've watched many a channel and a lot of people wear gloves, a lot of people don't wear gloves. But you know, protect your own health and safety, do whatever you feel is best, but always read your instructions before starting any resin work. So now that's all over and done with, what I'm doing here now is I've just mixed up some resin, added some like purpley pink glitter, and I'm just using one of these little picker-uppy type things. I don't know the proper name for them, but they're like picker-up type things, and I'm just floating it above those Roman numeral numbers. And then I'm just leaving them to stand for a few minutes so they sink into those little grooves. And I'll show you the rest of that later. So I'm just going to let you watch this. I don't do all the numbers because that would be really boring. And I have sped this video up a bit. So I'm just going to let you watch this bit and I'll jump back in a few minutes. So there it is, all finished, and I'll just leave that, like I said, just a few minutes just to settle in and for all that glitter to sink into that Roman numerals, Roman numbers. Anyway, because I've got a bit of product left in this tub and I don't want to waste it, I've bought these smaller molds so I can use with like what I've got left over. So these are bookmarks, and I'm just transferring it into here. I was going to do a short one first and do a key ring, and then I decided to fill the whole mould because I didn't think it would work the way I was originally going to do it. So while you're watching me make a pig's ear of this, I just want to say hello to all my lovely new subscribers. And if you're new to this channel, I would absolutely love it if you would subscribe. Now, I don't always do videos on resin. I do acrylic nails as well. So this channel is a mixture of nail designs and resin designs. So go ahead, check out my content. If you like what you see, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up if you've enjoyed it. And yeah, I'd like for you to come along on my journey. So back to the project at hand. What I'm doing is just spreading all this glitter out, like I said, into the full mould. And then I pick up these, like, the little pearl hearts, like hearts made out of little pearl beads. And I'm just placing those in. This is what I'm going to be using in the clock as well. And I also have these flowers. And I wasn't sure whether they'd work in the resin, what they'd look like once they got wet. So this is a great way to test them out in this bookmark, because I'm using waste monomer, so I'm not really losing anything if it doesn't work out. So I'm just dipping them in there, making sure they're getting covered with resin just to keep them set in place. And then when I've done this, I'll leave it to set. So back to the clock, what I'm going to do now, this has sat for a couple of minutes, so all that resin and glitter have sank into those little grooves. What I'm doing is I'm just taking a kitchen towel and I'm just dabbing it and sort of letting it absorb, the kitchen towel absorb it. And I'm just doing a few numbers at a time. And what I'm doing is I'm pressing down, so I'm pressing that product further into those grooves. And then I just wipe gently across the top. I don't press down when I'm wiping across. It does look like I'm pressing down, but I'm not. I'm just floating it across the top of those numbers. Getting rid of all that excess product. What you can see me pushing down to is around the rim part of the mould. So I'm getting it out of there. I'm not very good at explaining this, am I? But bear with me. So yeah, I'm just dabbing away all that excess product. I'm trying my best to keep that nice and tidy and not digging out any glitter. Like I said, this is normally I do nail videos, and you know, I can talk the hind legs off a donkey when I'm talking about nails. Resin is new to me. This is a new project of mine. So when I'm explaining what I'm doing, I'm sort of trying to work it out in my own head as well. I've watched loads of YouTube channel videos and things like that, and they do an amazing job, and their work is absolutely brilliant, all the ones that I've watched. So forgive me if I'm not making much sense, but like I said, this is new to me as well. So I just thought I'd share with you my new projects. So here I'm just using some wipe off solution, and this is alcohol based. So what I'm doing is I'm just cleaning the top of that mould. Again, I'm not digging down into those little grooves. I'm just cleaning above the top and around the edge, making sure that I've got all that excess glitter away. And you really want to take your time at this point, because if you don't get rid of it all, it will show up in your end result. It will ruin the clock, basically. I did one a couple of weeks ago when I was just practicing, when I first started, and I poured the second lot of resin down too early, and all the glitter floated up out and made a right mess. So it's really important to stick to the stages when doing these. So after I finish cleaning all this, I do put it aside and just leave it then for until the next day, so all these numbers just cure properly. So this is 24 hours later, and I'm mixed up my resin, and I'm just pouring some over that bookmark. Now those flowers didn't turn out the way I wanted them to, so I'm not going to use those in the clock. I'm going to use dried flowers, and I've used those before, so I know they turn out really nice. But I am going to still continue with this bookmark, so I'm just putting on a top layer of clear acrylic just to cover everything. I probably will still give this bookmark to my mum. But yeah, the flowers didn't turn out as nice as I thought they would. The rest of this resin I'm just going to pour into this mould, and just pour it around like this until it completely fills the whole area. And then I'm just going to make sure it's gone into the edges like this, tickling it up with a brush stick, and then just picking it up and gliding it around. And I'm going over with the flame. This is to pop any air bubbles. So any bubbles that have come to the surface, I'll just go around quickly with a torch. No, sorry, it's not a torch. It's one of those long nose lighters. And then I'm just putting in the dried flowers. So the flowers that I'm using are ones that I bought for my nails. I do put these in like acrylic nail designs as well when I'm doing milk bath nails and things like that, which I have on my channel, so please go check them out. But yeah, I'm using them today in resin. So what I'm doing is I'm basically just picking them up and pushing them in, and then I'll sort of wriggle them all around to get rid of any air bubbles that might be trapped underneath. So I'm just going to let you watch this bit. So originally I was going to leave a little bit blank on the top so I could put like mum in there. But I changed my mind later on, and you don't see me do this because I did this off camera. But what I did was I just covered the area with those pearl hearts and flowers, and then just sprinkled the whole back with glitter. But like I said, you don't see that bit, so I'll just talk you through the bits that I'm doing here. And what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that all those flowers and hearts are submerged, and that they're all evenly covered, and that I've got rid of any air bubbles. So the glitter I'm using is Silver Hex, and it's got a holographic fine glitter. This is glitter that I mix myself, and I'm just, because it's in a bag, normally if it's in a shaker I just sprinkle it over the top, but because this one's in a baggie, I just put it onto my hand, and then I'm just picking it up and sprinkling it on with my fingers, and I'm sprinkling it from the edges around, and you do find that it will float into the center as it sets. But like I said, once I turn the camera off, you'll see me do this, and then I turn the camera off, and then I decided, you know, I'm just going to do this as a flower and silver hollow clock. So I ended up getting rid of that gap that you see at the top, and then just sprinkling all this glitter over the back, so it was just a solid glitter clock. So once I've finished doing this, I'll leave it to set, and this is my mum with the finished result, a clock, and I made a coaster as well, with Happy Mother's Day on. So thanks everybody for watching, and I'd like to say Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. I hope you have a great day, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, I would love it if you would, and I will see you really soon in the next one. So for now, bye bye.